Welcome back, everybody, to the College COD 2025 preseason SND tournament. My name is Dandro, and we got Colin back here in the booth to join me for our lower round one matchup. Some people are calling it the Battle of Michigan, Colin, and I couldn't be more excited. Eastern Michigan University Esports taking on Ferris State Esports. How are we feeling about this one?
Well, it's no Michigan State versus Michigan, I'll say that. It's even better than that because it's S&D that we got on the line. It has been nothing but fun. Between these two, I mean, you're fighting for their life right now. We set that up at the start of the day. Yep. You lose from the winners round one or winners round two, you're going to be finding yourself in that losers round one situation. And now you don't want to be that team that bounces out of this tournament in the first round. So this is your chance to put a win under your belt and kickstart maybe something new for the rest of the lower bracket.
It would be a hell of a run, let's be quite frank with you, but I think this is a good place to start, right? We got 3 maps. Reminder, folks, this is the lower round. We got best of 3s, no more best of 5, so you gotta clutch it on up in at least 2 of these maps. We got Rewind, Red Card, and Skyline. You and I have both watched series where all 3 of these maps have been pretty prevalent across the entire time. Rewind is an interesting one to me because it really feels about like what team can really make the moves in the middle of that map the fastest and gain space the most, right? We just watched your St. Clair Saints kind of do some work on this map, and they dropped it in the red card. So I'm really curious to see how can each of these teams fare, because it feels like we get like a nice little middle with Rewind. Red Card, it's all about being nice, big, open space. And then Skyline, it is just banging it out.
Yeah, I mean, there's no better way that I would end this series than a Skyline if it does go to that map 3. But I think Red Card, you leave a lot to option when it comes down to that map. There's a lot of chances to rotate, you know, especially during those mid-round adaptations. So that's going to be a great map to have. But for the Rewind, I like that you're kind of saying that it's all determined down to those opening duels that you're going to find. You know, trying to get that bomb down if you're the offense over towards the A side is going to be very important. And, you know, especially on the other side to try and shut that down for defense. But we can take a look further into this one where we're getting set up to that game towards the bracket that we're looking at here on our screen. And, you know, with the round 1 matches done, into the round 2, those are finished as well. It sets us up for tomorrow's matches over in round 4, the winners quarterfinal matches. And I think mostly there's not too many matches that stand out on me in terms of the matches that we do have here in round 4. I do expect the higher seeded teams to win those matches, but it is the possibility of seeing, you know, St. Clair versus Oklahoma Christian or Mars Hill versus Fisher. Those are going to be great matches in the semifinals.
Yeah, no, I can't wait for the semifinals, and we have a couple of those going on through. Some fantastic stuff we got moving on through. Well, let's take a look at some of the other matches we got going on here into the lower side. We got Full Sail Armada, who's waiting to face the winner of this game. Same with Nebraska COD. They're waiting for the winner of UST and New Jersey Institute of Technology. You got the University of North Dakota up there at the top that's looking for, well, the final winner of CMU going against VCU. And it looks like VCU is 1 map away from making that one happen. So a couple more coming on out, a couple teams already getting knocked out of our tournament, which is really a shame because we have $1,500 on the line here today, Colin. And I think if you are one of these teams who put in so much work to go down this early, it would be very much a heartbreaker, but hopefully even a little bit of an eye-opener of what you need to do when it comes time for the season.
It's definitely going to be a learning curve. I think, you know, S&D for a lot of teams is what majority would want to work on heading into the new season, especially considering, I mean, S&D is just so prevalent in terms of you got to win your S&Ds if you want to win those championships, especially in considering a lot of Neslos were happening last year. But we saw CMU Eagles, unfortunately, are going to be the first team to dip out of the tournament. VCU taking them down. FaZe Blues team taking them down there in losers round 1. So that's the first lower bracket round cleaned up. And for EMU versus Ferris State, I think this is going to be a fun one for both of these two teams, especially considering we haven't ever seen Eastern Michigan University in College COD. This is their first ever time in College COD. So I think it's great that we're having some new faces on the broadcast. I can't wait to see what, you know, they bring to this Rewind, and I cannot wait to see the changes and adaptations Ferris does bring to shut them down.
It's my favorite part of every new COD, Colin, and that is that it is a new opportunity for people to make their name known. So even with a newcomer like Eastern Michigan University, hey, guess what? They still have an opportunity to really put their names on the map. Let's get ready to hop on in here, folks. Game number 1. Reminder, it's only a best of 3. So winning this first map would be absolutely clutch, as we see Otto already setting up on this back heady as Mikey has made their way forward. And it does look like EMU have claimed first blood.
Yeah, first blood, and that slows his offensive side right down. You can see already through blue. Player number 8 is going to sneak on in. Dix is actually going to take the car bomb kill onto a missing piece. Mikey's getting some bad timing. He's going to turn around, but he's on the exit right now through L. 2 versus 4 for Ferris State, and they have made no progress on getting this bomb to a site.
No, and I love this. Look at what EMU has done. They kind of made this read of where some of these players from Ferris State were hanging on out, and they're just holding it up. They don't have to really do anything here. They can play very defensively. The only person that's going to start making some moves is Sim, and I love this. Player kind of playing on up, make some of these reads. You find one. Mikey is there for the trade, but I think you're okay if you are EMU letting that fall down. But as I say that, Mikey does find Dix. Okay. A little bit of a just desserts here. But you got to get that bomb down. That's crucial. And we start seeing EMU start making their way over. Will they check this in time?
I mean, 12 seconds. Bomb's going to be planted. EMU playing the buddy system shoulder to shoulder. And Mikey does have that BB 99 in his back pocket. Unfortunately, he doesn't expect both players to be grouped up together. And he goes for the chase onto the first. And Sim just around the corner to find that kill and win things out for EMU in round 1.
All right. Really solid clinical round 1 out of EMU right there. The type of stuff you like to see. A little bit of patience, mixed with some aggressiveness. It seemed like they really understood when to lay in wait and then when they wanted to push the aggressiveness and move on forward. So playing as a team, those are the things I always look for. We've seen it time and time again, Seymour. Just teams get pieced apart by just a series of 1v1s, right? And not just playing together in order to ensure the round.
No, and I think for Ferris State, you have to be more cautious of if you're going to be sending that player onto that lone mission into A, you need follow-up. Where's the trade? Where is the effort to try to actually break into that bomb site? You cannot slow down on a map like Rewinds because you saw how quickly EMU were able to take map control. And you can see it kind of similar here for Ferris State. Pushing back over towards A. Airstrike's going to get the info. He backs up, feeding the rest over towards the players and towards Generator. And it looks like they want to collapse on this one as the bomb takes away.
Wow. Just putting the bomb down immediately while your teammates are taking those fights is some serious courage. A missing piece goes down, as does Airstrike 60. Mikey and Otto left to be the last two here. Gates does get taken on out earlier in the round, but it's going to be some trades coming on through. Otto gets deleted right now for Benito and Dix, but Mikey, the superstar of the team so far in these first couple of rounds, you're able to isolate. You find one, you put Benito in the 1v1. Stun check misses, and it is just a do-si-do for these two players. Around this bomb, shots are in. Benito will drop. Can you get that regen kicked? Mikey is on the hunt with the Strider 22 in hand. Are you able to find it? It doesn't look like it. Not enough to get the bomb. And these guys are just having a pistol fight in the street, baby.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a lovely way to play there. If you're EMU, you play your life and you stay alive. There's only 13 seconds left when they saw each other. So that's the right call to make if you're Eastern Michigan. And yeah, it really comes off the back of that bold play to get the bomb planted while your teammates are making or taking those gunfights in the early portions of that round. EMU, they're just winning the right gunfights to get themselves that post-plant setup, and as soon as they do, just it's a guessing game for Ferris in that 1v1. Although Mikey has been a little bit of a breath of fresh air for this Ferris State team, you gotta look to the rest of the team to really step up and not just give things away for free, which we have been seeing.
Mikey throwing some shoulders over here towards the dumpster. Trophy systems down is going to eat that frag, so no free damage just yet. Gates inside Gens, though.
That.
Yeah, no, definitely. Look at this. Airstrike does take down Dix. Behind. Is there a bit of COD timing here? There is. Playing outside. Gates not even looking behind. The slide on out, but okay. You find Airstrike, but thankfully Otto is there for the trade. Mikey's going to surge on forward. Can you manage to clean this one on up? Benito stops Otto in the tracks.
Both of these players on EMU isolated into potential 1v2s. Benito's going to bring it into a one-on-one. Now that Mikey gets that trade, but there's 27 seconds, and Dix, he knows it's not going to be a play to be. He has it on lock, and Mikey, really, the options are thin. So 19 seconds left. Mikey going to take the full route around. I don't mind this at all, but again, Dix just playing this 50-50. He should know as soon as the 10 seconds is up that this is going to be a plant over towards B. All he has to do is check the bomb once, rotate around.
Do you even have time?
And there's not. No, he doesn't get the bomb down in time, so he has to chase for the kill, but it's not going to be there. Mikey, again, just giving things up to EMU for free.
I was with you that I liked this wide wrap out to the bomb site, but the second that I saw there was like 15 seconds left when he starts trying to make it, I'm like, do you even have time to like make this super wide path like over to bomb? And like it gets the bomb, I think, with like 4.5 seconds or so that was there. So maybe if you can get there just a little bit quicker, a little bit less hesitation, that's a really cool play that's able to work on out. But the fact that he's not able to get the elimination either, it's a little bit lackluster. Mikey, though,
there it is.
Revenge coming back on in, answers back onto Benito, as the rest of EMU is going to be playing around side this B bomb site.
Well, B bomb now can even be planted. They're going to lay the rock and should have some trophy systems as well. That's going to solidify a very strong post plan for EMU. Even in the 3-on-4, you're entering a tough domain to break. And that truck, Hetty, where you're going to see one of these EMU players set up on, it should be very easy just to let him stay there. But Dix is going to be shot in the back. Sim, that's a big oversight. It allows Ferris State now to collapse.
Dix made their way down on the bomb, finds another one, and Mikey is caught on the other side. Brings us down to a 2v1. Airstrike's not going to let it happen that easy, though. Not aware of where the last player is, that they're actually behind you. Some quick shots into the back will bring it on through. A fantastic 3v4 round win for EMU.
Yeah, it's a major lapse of judgment there from Sim, playing that tight angle towards the back of bank, and you're just leaving your player on truck. The whole, I'd say, staple of that post plant out to dry. And the fact that EMU are just allowed to turn that corner, have free shots on him, and take down that player in the power position of that post plant for free, that is just something you cannot have happen if you are EMU or if you're Ferris State in that situation. So that is a tough loss again for this team, but it is not the end just yet. 4-0 up, still chance to make this one a respectable scoreline.
Couple of eliminations kickstarting this round. Missing piece able to find another, puts EMU down to the 2v3, playing from behind yet again. Gonna be Mikey inside the VHS store. Just kind of lurking around. Airstrike, one on the outside though, a missing piece. Beautiful shots with the AR in hand. Gonna be able to cut one down. Simeons was right on back. Doesn't see the player laying on down though. Ferris State, first round on the board. That's what you like to see. Some early aggression. They get those early eliminations that really, I think, let them set up the rest of the map in exactly how they want to play it.
Oh, this is just fantastic there for Ferris State. Mikey playing aggressive inside L. It's a tough read. And again, you know, for Ferris State, I finally see them putting some initiative into getting that bomb down over towards A, something that EMU has done really well, playing towards the objective, and it pays off in dividends. You know, just being able to set up in those post plants, playing those tight angles, making sure that, you know, EMU are pushing into the unknown is very favorable, especially in a map like Rewind. So trophies down over towards A for Mikey. He's in a 1 versus 3. It's gonna be tough, but not impossible.
Okay, Gates slides on forward, but missing piece in Mikey get cut down in the process. Airstrike and Auto last left alive. Dix does find Auto. Airstrike is there for the trade. And it does look like maybe while we came on over to that, the elimination happened mid-transition, so that's going to be the round. I think it was maybe Dix. Yeah, plants the bomb and then just immediately finds Airstrike. Last one left alive. So EMU 5-1 here, Seymour. Yeah. Okay.
I think that Eastern Michigan are really showing up on this Rewind, and I've been super impressed with not only the early engagement that they've been taking towards, you know, the inside of A or over towards Jenny's, or, you know, really fighting for these objectives. But in terms of the post plants or the retakes that they've been showing, the communication is flowing on this team, and it's not just a one-man effort. It is everybody on the same wavelength pushing together.
Oh, I like some of these hop-ups we're seeing out of Mikey here. Did a great job of finding some of those early shots and on the retreat. Benito does get cut on down. It's a great elimination to find here. Dick's backs on up. Maybe he'll be able to catch somebody through some of those windows. Just not yet.
This is all fun and games, but they have made no progress towards either bomb sites. And although you have that first blood, you are sitting ducks in this position. You got to cross open waters to get here. And EMU are just saying, all right, we'll deal with this. We've been winning this all day.
And they line up for Dix as Mikey and Airstrike are eliminated. Otto, last one left alive here in the shop. And well, you made a great point, Colin, that yeah, sure, you've made all this headway, but like you're not even anywhere closer to a bomb, and they know exactly where you are. You have no space to move. You just can't make your way out of this. And just like that, Eastern Michigan University take a very convincing game number 1 here on Rewind.
I don't care who you are or what you're using. If you got an Amos in your hand or a GPR, crossing that street from, you know, the P3 area of Rewind over towards, you know, the P1 area or even into Courtyard, it is not an easy cross to make, especially when you have someone over towards Bank with a GPR in hand, watching, sitting on a heady, just able to lay down so much fire, so much damage onto these players. You saw everybody on EMU that wasn't a part of that gunfight was inside of P1, waiting for the cross-in towards A, with Jackals just nipping at the opportunity to get onto those engagements. And as soon as they did, is the lineup that you called, EMU doing a good job at shutting down Ferris State with every single play that they were making. And I'm not saying that Ferris State weren't just kind of doing the same thing, throwing their head at a wall. They were trying new things, but every single time that it seemed like they were trying something new, there wasn't a plan B or a plan C. And as soon as something went wrong for them, they were just deer in the headlights, frozen. And heading into this red card search and destroy for map number 2, I got to see a little bit more proactivity from this team, a little bit more initiative from them to actually make those changes. And when you do make that plan, go all in. I mean, I've always kind of been under the same mindset, especially in esports, that 4 people doing the same thing is a lot better than 4 people doing individual things. So if you're going to make a call, stick with it.
Make the bad call together, right?
Exactly.
That's what I've always said. You know, it's always when a team makes a bad call together, it's better than 2 people making the correct play that was there. I totally agree. It felt like those mid-round adjustments is really what I'm looking at for Ferris State to be able to do, because let's remind folks, there was that one round where it was 3v4, right? Eastern Michigan, it's only 3 of them, and it just seems like those mid-round adjustments that Eastern Michigan was able to have in sort of that post-plant scenario, they were able to come out on top and secure that round, even with one of their players going down very early in that round. So those are the things that I'm kind of going to be looking for. And with a map like Red Card, Seymour, let's be honest, this is the map that if you're going to make some of those mid-round adjustments to be able to have, right? To maybe understand where kind of the power positions are on the map, where people are hanging on out. We saw that earlier in that last series where K Beasley was hitting this wrap and finding KB up on the top a couple rounds in a row, right? So I'll be kind of curious to see what team is going to really make the most use of the entire space we have here, because Red Card gives you a couple different options.
I will say, you know, I'm really impressed with the way that, you know, Newberry handled that red card. I think that, you know, the initiative that they were showing and actually taking that space, getting aggressive and, you know, trying to hit flanks. That's what red card's all about. It's wide open. Unlike something like Rewind, you do have more opportunity to make those adaptations in the mid round, and there's more room to make it happen. You know, you're not just isolated into X spot and this is where you're going. That's it. You know, red card's big. You got to make use of, you know, that map environment. Try to find some edge. Well, there's a start from Mikey. He was a shining light for this team. Back on that rewind. And he's going to kick things off with the first blood here on red card.
Finds 1, finds 2. Mikey just letting them push on in. It looks like off the the fact that you find 2 openings there. It's a fast push into B. Airstrike 1 with the bomb. He's going to try and get that on down. It looks like Mikey will finally get eliminated, but Otto does bring them down. So it's just Benito. 1v3. And it's going real wide here, trying to come from a different angle.
Bomb planted 1v3. I mean, good luck, have fun, Benito. Yeah, you got the aim-miss.
Yeah.
But as soon as the airstrike spots you, ooh, hey, some spicy shots from airstrike. But I was going to say, as soon as he sees you, all he has to do is duck back into the diner, and that's GG. Good luck, have fun. But in general, I mean, that's just kind of what I like to see from Ferris State. I was hoping to see from them. As soon as Mikey gets that first blood over towards Ticket, you know you don't have to worry about getting flanked through the middle portion of this map. And they are not going to hit that timing on the flank right away through your spawn. So full steam ahead, right in towards B. You lay that rock, you set up for that post plant, and EMU, you got a lot of ground to cover for the retake. So let them have it. And it's just burning the time, allowing you to really, really settle in.
Well, first attacking round for EMU here. Defense didn't maybe go the way you exactly wanted it to, but it's round number 1. On a map where early on into the season, mistakes are allowed to happen. But what's your plan here for attack? That's my question. Well, Sim absolutely shooting laser beams with the aim-as from range is definitely on the board. You bring it out here. Mikey's in a little bit of trouble, has to back away. Sim doing a great job of watching the inside, peeking his head out, making sure nobody's on the outside. Mikey's found his way. Back in here inside Ticket. Just peeking through, being annoying for EMU right now. EMU, they made that opening, and now they're making this fast wrap back to B here, Seymour. An interesting strategy.
Time, and they're still going to be spotted. Otto able to trade one, steal numbers for EMU. And now here's Mikey. A lot of players in front of him, and he's just looking to get out and dodge, play his life. 2 versus 2, 29 seconds. Bomb is down. So EMU, great, you got into B, but what for? Now you have to go right back into Mikey's domain. You take him down, and there's only 18 seconds to lay this rock. Already a missing piece. Has a chance to win this by time.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you are a missing piece, you just have to keep your eyes on bomb, but it looks like they have been able to get it. I think they're here. This is looking pretty good. Flies on through. You got to have a 50-50, and you lose it. A missing piece, the right idea. It's a little bit of a tough scenario that's there. Comes down to the wire, but EMU able to answer on back, tying on up.
Yeah, this is it's a tough situation for a missing piece to be in, especially considering I don't know why those doors were closed. Maybe you just close them when you head into there, but he didn't have any eyes on. He had to make the noise, and without that element of surprise, that's a pretty simple round for Eastern Michigan to finish up. So we tie us up on red card with that, 1 apiece, and I go back to the thought process of what's Ferris State going to bring to the table this time around. It was Mikey for the first blood from Ticket that really kicked things off, but it seems like a couple players going to be dipping their toes into the middle of the map. Mikey again steamroll his way in. Otto there for the trade. All's well that ends well with Airstrike finding a second one. This is really leaving the map quite open for the side, but Dix here finding all 3, and EMU just put him in the dirt.
Pistol in hand. You know, sometimes you get caught out with your pistol and you're just trying to make the best of it from right there. Oh my God, you are bringing it, dude. Look at that. It's just a slide. I think Otto accidentally just hit the super slide on those stairs. Went a little bit farther than anticipating. Hard to keep up with the shots, but able to land it on through. Here we go, though. Round number 3. This is going to be a pretty big round, right? If you're Ferris State, you're going to even this one on up. Make sure that no lead happens. If you are EMU, well, to win another attacking round and then go on to defense where you might be able to feel pretty confident in your play style, go up 4-1. That would feel fantastic because we're starting to see some quick movement here over to A. But Mikey on the inside alone will open up onto Benito, but not for long. They finally made this early trade into the round, and you have to understand they probably watched that kill feed. They understand they've taken down Mikey. They might be able to play a little bit more aggressive.
3-on-3. Here, spot forklift. That's a good shutdown onto Dix. Bomb's gonna go down for EMU, but still, Dix in a tough spot, 4 in a row. Can you make it number 5? You can. 2 versus 2, 5 in a row. for Dix, and he just has to stay alive for his teammate to rotate around the staircase. Gates is going to be in behind, and he's going to create all kinds of chaos for the map. Allows for his teammate to escape, and that time just continues to whittle on down. Dix gonna be shot in the back. Tough one for Airstrike to win out. 13 seconds for the 2 versus 1. Gates watching from up top. Bomb is planted for him, and that seals the deal for a 3rd round of the EMU.
And even that, you get the icing on the cake. The last elimination. Couple little love taps with the Strider afterwards. A beautiful play there from EMU. Yes, you had Dix kind of having to dance around the bomb and was making a lot of noise. Basically gets himself sandwiched, but it's off the back of allowing it. You have the bomb planted for Gates. You burn enough time that Gates is able just to slowly but surely peek on over. You find the player on bomb. You secure the round with that 1 elimination.
And Ferris State have been struggling, I'll say, throughout a lot of these rounds in terms of just kind of staying together, especially when EMU starts poking holes in your setups. You saw that Dix was able to find the first kill in a very long time. It took a while for your flank to even set up. So Ferris State just needs to be on the ball for these. The trade doesn't come through for Otto, and again, on the offense, you are stunned off the draw. Nowhere to go.
Those shots immediately flies on forward. Finds one, but the answer is back. Dix loses the fight at Ticket. Airstrike doing a great job of securing that one. Making their way over onto the bomb, though. Sim left in the 1v2. Definitely still doable. Wants to go ahead and clear out B bomb. But as soon as this goes down on through, we'll have an understanding that this is over towards A. Slowly but surely. Checking every corner. Making sure nobody is lurking. Trying to get the bomb.
30 seconds. I will reiterate, 7.5 for the defuse is what you're looking at. And Ferris State in one of the better situations from them. Mikey, though, gonna get beamed. Benito, no way you do this again. 16 seconds, 1 versus 1. He's gonna be able to regen, but it's a game of hide and seek. And right now, Sim looking to be the seeker. However, he doesn't spot out his opponent in time. And that is a round that you are wiping the sweat from your brows if you're Ferris State.
Yeah, being able to clutch that one on up is huge. You almost let it slip through your fingers. But thankfully, Airstrike, hey, sometimes it's all about just holding the angle. You hold the irons. You don't have to do anything fancy there. It's just about hitting your shots. They'll be able to do that. 3-2. Hey, that's a great way to get yourself back into this game. Going on to the defense now. Ferris State, they would love to be able to hold this one on in and tie up the map. Airstrike doing a pretty good job so far. 6-3 on a 3 streak. A couple more eliminations will give them that RCXD. Dix, on the other hand, already has their RCXD. Definitely put that to good use in one of these rounds.
It looks like Airstrike has his as well, so coming down to probably getting that bomb plant. Assisting for this one. Dix looking to lay this bomb down on A. And take a look at Ferris State's retake. A really long flank coming out from Otto. This is going to drain a lot of the time, and for Airstrike and Mikey, you do not want to mistime this. You want to make sure that you're playing off of Otto, allowing him to open this opportunity to fly.
Yeah, you got, okay, buddy. You got Gates flying on forward, is able to find one. Mikey is there for the trade. I'll let them know you got some in the back. You're getting some shots into Airstrike. It's just going to be Mikey here. You should have a solid idea where they are. Fly forward on the bomb. Shots go a little bit wide. EMU, okay. They get the bomb down. They do a great job holding the post plant. I think what I really love, though, it's Gates surging on forward and kind of cutting off that wrap that they were trying to make happen. Sure, you get traded on out, but you know you have the numbers game. You take one with you. It lets them know exactly from what side at least Mikey is coming from.
Like, I don't know about you. Those shots look pretty clean from Mikey. I can't believe they missed, but, you know, it's just a tough situation again to be in for Ferris State. 1 versus 2 for Mikey with 15 seconds. You're really hoping that Airstrike could put a little bit of damage down onto the player for Forklift, but back into Mikey now looking to jump right into the deep end of Ticket yet again. Gates on the other side of this door. Very patient from Ferris State this time around, hoping to meet by some aggression, see if they can catch it and throw it right back at him.
This has become Mikey's home. Might as well buy him a tent for as much as he likes to just hang out
going for
here.
the full wrap.
I like this, though. This is something that we love to see. Otto has gone and checked it, but a missing piece from Escalators is going to be the one to open up the map. So some patience from Ferris State is paying off huge. Sim from up top. Get some shots on that. Dix does come back onto airstrike, but it's going to be Otto and Mikey's rather, who find 2 more eliminations. EMU, it's Sim left alive in the 1v3. That's a great one to find, though. You cut down Mikey.
It drew them back from going to lay down the bomb. Sim.
No.
Just wasting time right now. And look how disconnected Ferris State are. Back again, isolated into 1v1. Sim has another chance to maybe catch someone in the rotation. Not going to spawn the bomb planter, but still Sim has a good chance here. EMU, it's not the first time they would have clutched up. Let's see if Sim can make it happen.
I mean, going on 5-2 on a 2v1, you'd love to see it slide up through. Oh, shots go a little bit wide on the slide. Ferris State keeping themselves in this one round at a time. The missing piece doing a great job just holding this off angle. I agree with you, though, Seymour, here. It got a little bit hectic there towards the end. You know it's a 2v1. He finds the one elimination onto bomb, and to put it into the 2v1, and just you see them immediately, just like the arrows are spinning in completely different directions looking for him, rather than just understanding, hey, all we need to do is get the bomb down.
Yeah,
all we need to do is just hold this in. So I don't know, maybe flustered coming in from Ferris State, but they're holding on for now. Definitely holding it well to EMU.
Oh, I wouldn't say flustered as much as I say maybe nervous in a lot of their situations. Otto's just so deep over towards B, and he's going to be taken out onto the outside of Diner. That opens up a chance for the bomb plans, and look how surgical EMU are being, already getting this bomb down. They have 3 players set up, and Sim, he's just watching for anybody that he can find while he lurks. He's got no time to go.
Look at this, though, a missing piece. Come on through, sliding back and forth. I like that. Throw a little bit of a shoulder if you are Gates. You missed the stun check. All you need. Mikey from below. He's going to be able to push on through. He'll find Dix for the trade. Airstrike on the outside. Oh, the slide around. Benito finally answering on in. And Mikey, the last one alive, pushes on through. It's not enough. EMU win the round, but more importantly, put us on match point.
And it might be such a small detail into that round, but Sim just playing so much distraction towards airstrike leaves Mikey in a situation where you have to make that play and just trust that airstrike is going to win his fight. As soon as airstrike does it, I mean, it's a 1v4 at that point. There's no chance Mikey's going to be making that work. But, I mean, Ferris State just looked a little bit, I'd say, disconnected in terms of communication in comparison to EMU, who are so decisive on which site they want to hit, how fast they want to hit it, and really getting some good reads onto the setups that Ferris State are throwing it. The confidence that they're just throwing out right now, just middle map control, all 4 players here. You got an RCXD for Ferris State trying to open up some routes over towards A, but a shot from the player into the top windows, and you haven't really gotten anywhere.
Wait, Dix finds 1. The player doesn't even turn around. That's 2 immediately into the round. Might need a missing piece. They'll wrap on back, so they'll be able to cut down Dix in the meantime. But either way, a huge 2-piece to put this round into your favor. 3v2 up at the top. Benito, he finds 1. Do you catch the other going down the escalator? That's the question.
Seems like they may have gotten the information, but both players just relying on their numbers. 2 versus 1. Bomb in the hand of Mikey. He can get it down at B, and he's got so much time to work this 1v2. He just has no information on where that second player is, and that's going to cause some nerves.
Flying on forward. Only have a couple of seconds left if you want to try and get this bomb down. He'll go for it. But obviously EMU understands there's no way this bomb's at A. They're just stacking on top of each other, 2 at a time. They surge on forward. Mikey finds one though, immediately puts his sights towards the bomb, and it doesn't matter, as it looks like Benito, last one alive, will claim the round, claim the match. In 2 maps here, Eastern Michigan University Esports come out on top.
And I will say, a little bit better from Ferris in red card than it was in rewind, but it was very apparent watching this matchup between the two that EMU were just a few steps ahead as a team. The coordination was great. The individual plays and the trust that you were seeing out of them, that they could make those plays, was very fluent throughout the map. You constantly saw Dix trying to hit routes, especially towards the later end of that red card through the middle towards Ticket. Gates was playing those 1v1s versus Mikey, trading a lot against him, especially towards the start of that red card. And when they were on the offensive side, they were playing as a team, coordinated in the attack, and they hit a site with no remorse whatsoever. Yeah. And I don't think Ferris State were really prepared for that.
No, it felt like Ferris State's entire game plan really relied around Mikey being in Ticket in finding some of those early eliminations, right? That was the rounds they looked really good in. That's exactly what we saw. It was Mikey gets the Ticket, and then he's just kind of being able to look around him and maybe find one of those quick eliminations. And a lot of times what's happening is when that was going down, Eastern Michigan University was then immediately looking over towards Ticket, trying to be able to push on in, and he was basically just punishing them for it. But Eastern Michigan University doing a great job coming on out. Unfortunate end of the run for Ferris State Esports, but this is just the beginning for EMU. They'll move on. They got to fight Full Sail Armada in lower round 2. Definitely a team and a game that we are going to be very excited to watch. Not here, but elsewhere. Yeah. It will be a blast.
Yeah, it will be. I for a second, the square in the back almost hit the corner perfectly. I was about to go nuts when it happened. And I know I'm looking at the wrong thing right now on the screen, but one of these days across this weekend, it's going to hit. And it almost did just again. But you're making some points here towards the team. It's upsetting to see Ferris State dip out early, but for our new kids on the block for EMU, what a good showcase here in losers round 1. And I cannot wait to see them push into tomorrow and push into the rest of the lower bracket and just continue to evolve. But let's take a look at the top, because I was mentioning it earlier on, and I don't want to count these teams out in round 4 whatsoever, but you got some of the best here in CCL in round 4. Oklahoma, St. Clair, Marcel, Fisher, some of the teams that you look at to be the favorites within this weekend, and their opponents, they got some tough matchups. But you look at a team like Keanu College from Alberta. This is a team that has been kind of nurturing their esports program for years now and building something, especially inside Call of Duty. And we've seen Keanu upset in the regular season in previous seasons of CCL. So Marcel has to watch out for that one, as well as Ottawa University. It might not be the same team that won that championship all the way back in Cold War, but this school has a lot of prestige to it. And I know Ethan and Herbie are not going to allow Fisher to just run away with things.
No, absolutely not. Some fantastic matchups that we got going on there. You can catch a lot of that action tomorrow right here on twitch.tv/collegecod at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's all we got for you here today from some of our winners round matches, and well, one losers round match as part of the 2025 College COD preseason SND tournament. It's just the start to all of the beautiful matches we will have going on here all weekend long. They'll all culminate to Sunday, where we will have our grand finals and see who's taking home the greater prize of that $1,500 prize pool. So with that being said, I'm Dandro. That is Seymour. Catch us tomorrow, like I said, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, twitch.tv/collegecod.